Welcome to Pull a Pin Already, a place where average veterans come to share their opinions about the world we live in. We can't guarantee you're going to like our opinions.
But we promise you and give them to you anyway.
I'm Jim.
And I'm Nate. And let's pull the pin already.
Yes, welcome back, Nate.
Woo, take a little break there. A little break
yeah,
for us.
Yeah, definitely. One planned, one not planned. So just to put this on the table for those loyal fans who are severely missing our episodes, we did miss a few. Nate was obviously traveling, but that didn't matter. I could always adjust. But unfortunately, I caught something and still have not entirely gotten rid of it. So you may hear me interrupt for some coughing and stuff. So I apologize in advance about that. But I've still got some crud lingering around. So yeah, hopefully it doesn't last more than another week. But apparently, since COVID, right, a lot of this stuff has been longer, extended. I don't know if that's because our immune systems, because I thought, all the vaccine stuff was supposed to save us all. But
well,
it seems like
it did save you. You're alive.
Right. We just have more miserable lives, right?
Yeah, but you're alive.
Yeah. So anyway, other diseases probably morphed into strong, powerful diseases. I don't know. But anyways, so it's good to be back. Hopefully I'll make it through this episode and the ones to come. Sorry, I gotta shake up my little vegetable mix. I'm not gonna say what it is because we don't have a sponsor, but it's one of those really expensive powders that other people tell you to use.
But you have a label on your bottle.
Yeah, I tried to hide that.
Oh, gotcha.
Sorry. We're not sponsored by them either. Well, I mean, come on. We got probably.
We are sponsored by Pull the Pin Already and that dog.
Yes. And I should upload the picture. The last hockey game we had here for the season, they let you spray paint on the ice, and I put a PTPA on the ice and took a picture of it. And then they watered it, and once they cut it, it all came off. So good thing I took a picture. Right. So anyways, yeah. So welcome, Nate. Welcome to Johnny. We still see your headlines and appreciate your comments. And Christine, I know if we don't have much content, you don't have to have much to add, but we appreciate your views and likes and all that stuff. So again, since it's been a while and I'm off track here, let me just make sure I don't screw all this up because I could probably do that easily. What are we going into? The intro, right?
So, we're here because we're average veterans. We've been around the world and we know everything.
Yeah, because that's what we're doing here. We're going to pull up some headlines again. We love this portion. We love the way this works, how we do this. Hopefully we can change things. And if you guys want to see something different or just leave comments, I mean, nothing stupid. Well, you can leave stupid comments. We might entertain those too. I don't know. But yeah, we'll start changing and adding stuff as you like. We want to incorporate some new stuff into this so it's not just boring. Because I know we can be boring. I don't know why you think we could be boring, but because we're average, right? So we're going to tell you how to think and feel about these headlines because there's a lot going on in the world right now. And if not, no, we're not going to make it up. But you know what I mean? We're going to find something to complain about or talk about. I mean, man, I'm just like way off track, huh?
We're talking about our facts.
Yes, we're going to share our feelings and thoughts and facts about these headlines and tell you how to think and feel and react so that you could be prepared for the world around you. And why is it important? We do that, Nate.
Because I already said, we're average veterans. We've been around the world and we know everything.
So you're trying to squeak that in before I get. Okay, got it. All right, sorry guys, I'm off. I'm just off. I'm obviously recovering still. So why don't we just get into it so we can?
Let's do it.
All right, let's do that. So Biden tells Netanyahu U.S. won't support Israel counterattack on Iran. You can expand more of this if you want.
Is the U.S. supporting Israel's counterattack on Palestine?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. So,
I mean, they were looking at talking about sending money, right? Just like in Ukraine.
So what's another war? No big deal. It'll be like their third one under Biden.
Well, here's the distinction about this. It says counterattack, right? Because you do know that the U.S. assisted in shooting down almost all of Iranians' missiles. We were behind shooting down most of those.
Oh, so we are.
So we are assisting them with their defense, but we're not going to assist with a counterattack.
Gotcha.
So what Biden's telling you is, go ahead and keep coming, Iran, because we'll just keep wasting our defense missiles and just keep knocking you down, but we're not going to get you to stop. Or we're not going to, help Israel if they want you to stop. So that's what Biden's saying. So he's essentially in a war, but not actually trying to participate in the war or end the war.
Well, I think Israel can probably stop Palestine. I think they learned a lesson. I don't think they're going to come attack Israel again. in the meantime, and then they can just focus themselves on Iran and go attack them now.
Yeah, I mean, well, Iran's a bigger monster, right? When I say bigger, I mean like a bigger
Yeah.
world stage bigger.
Well, we thought Russia was a big monster too, but Ukraine has proved different for them. So I don't know how big Iran's actual.
Yeah, honestly, Nate, I'm not even sure. I know I'm going to agree with your fact there, because I think you're getting a lot of misinformation with Ukraine and Russia. I mean, obviously, Russia hasn't just walked in and wiped the place out, war
Right.
over and
Yeah. Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot of misinformation that we're getting
Oh, I'm
from
sure there
the
is.
Russia-Ukraine conflict, because we are probably secretly backing it anyway, because we need Ukraine to stay alive, because a lot of our corrupt politicians are money laundering through Ukraine. So I would almost guarantee you that we probably have more troops over there than Ukraine's do, but we're not allowed to talk about that.
Oh, I'm not talking about our troops. Oh, okay, I get what you're saying now. If
You know, I'm saying we're
our
keeping
troops
Ukraine
are over.
up, not
Yeah, yeah,
Ukraine
yeah.
keeping Russia back.
Down. Gotcha.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So
makes sense.
if you're looking
Yeah,
at Ukraine, the underdog beating Russia, I don't think that's happening.
that's your opinion, though, right?
Yes, it's my
Okay.
fact opinion. It's my factual opinion. I mean, you just got to have some common sense. I mean, like, seriously, Russia's not the superpower they used to be, but Russia's not a joke either.
But were they a superpower back then either? Because really, what were they doing to prove they were a superpower besides
Well,
talk?
look at their recruiting videos versus ours. I mean,
Okay, it's a
you tell
video.
me Russian soldiers aren't,
It's a
willing to
video.
cut your throat for no reason.
It's a video.
Yeah, I know.
Don't believe everything you see on TV.
I know I make videos, right?
Don't believe everything you see on a podcast.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Look, I
Except
get it, man.
ours. Except ours.
I get it, but I'm telling you, I'm more than willing to believe Russia. Well, I mean, Ukraine, not like. Look, I'm not going to discredit Ukraine, because Ukraine's full of Russians, probably the bad ones. They left Russia. You know what I mean? Probably. I don't know. I don't know enough about it to say it, but I'm just telling you, I don't believe the crap the media says anyway. And I think we may have some Russian headlines sometime.
But do you think if Israel counterattacks Iran, that the U.S. should support that or no?
Yes and no. No, because I don't think we need any more wars, and I don't think we needed. But Iran is not an Israel problem. Iran is an American problem.
Well, it
It's
looks like
always
they're
been an
an
American
Israel problem now since they're attacking Israel. So that
Well,
kind of makes it a
right.
problem.
Currently, in the media and the worldview right now, people see it as, oh, this is Israel's problem. But no, America is Iran's problem. I mean, even if Iran were to wipe Israel off the face of the earth, what they want to do, it's not going to stop there.
Right. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So it's not like we're interfering in Israel's problem, although that's probably what they'll say is like, that's the reason we're a problem, is because we're supporting Israel. And I'm not either for or against that. Honestly, I have to tell you, like, I think if we're going to put our hand in the world's business, then sure, we have just as much reason to defend Israel as we do, any other country. But in the end, if we're going to pull our hands back and say, we're just America, you guys handle you, then it shouldn't matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if we're going to pick and choose who wins and loses, then why not Israel? I mean, they're a small country surrounded by an entire region that hates them. So why not pick the little what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know, but you'll find it soon.
Yeah.
Like, how that happened? How that one little small country gets surrounded by people that hate them? That just.
Well, I think if the history has it, is that it was taken over and the people were forced out, and then somehow they got their way back and took it back, and now they have to fight to maintain what was taken from them. And I don't really know the history, and I don't even really care the history. That's their issue. Yep. All I care is about right now is America, and I hate to say that as a selfish thing, but we got enough problems and concerns to take care of. It's no different than, I support my community, but my household comes first.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I can't afford to pay my bills, I'm not feeding some homeless guy in my community. You know what I mean? So unfortunately, that's how it works. It always comes back to self, and I can understand that. And that's why we usually use that self technique to evaluate all the problems that we have in this world. So, because ultimately that's where people default. It's easier to understand when you bring it into your house.
Well,
but anyway,
this is in our house.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I just feel like I'm rambling there. So, all right, SCOTUS to hear arguments on Thursday that could overturn convictions of hundreds of January 6th protesters.
As they should. If they're going to get convicted, I mean, those peaceful protesters that were burning down buildings and breaking into places should also have convictions. You know,
Dude, this is one of the things like
here we go.
yeah, yeah, it's a trigger for me. This because this is one of the things where I don't want to say I hate, that's a strong word. This is where I have the most disdain for fellow Americans. Like this is where I have the most disdain for people who for one believe January 6th was a or January sex, right, was an erection, right? But in seriously, if for people who think it was an insurrection, people who really believe it was an insurrection, a threat to our democracy, and that's let's put the conspiracy stuff aside because we know it existed, right? But let's put it aside. Even if it was Americans and things got out of hand, you can clearly see police were agitating them. You can see there were different things happening, but it was a small fringe group that actually did the bad stuff, right? So people who believe that was an insurrection, I have disdain for you. I'm sorry. We can be friends, we can get along, but I have disdain for you because these are Americans doing exactly what we founded this country on. Exactly that. Without the violence. The violence came later because obviously the tyrannical government was not letting it happen. But and then you go and condone the Black Lives Matter stuff, even the stuff now that's happening. Like you condone that for a specific group of people in America, but you have a problem with another group of people in America, even though they're Americans too. Like I just have disdain for people who can't see the bigger picture in this. And I don't want violence anywhere. You know, let's be real. I don't want any violence. I don't like violence. I don't want death. I don't want any of that. But in the end, you don't get to condone one and then condemn another one. You're either for the violence or you're against it.
Right. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, that's what I'm saying. I have total disdain for these people who one believe it was an insurrection. Because let me tell you something, you may see an insurrection one day. You may see, and then you will be able to contrast it completely. But I hope that doesn't come to that. But I have a feeling just because people are so divided these days and so ignorant and unopen to other ideas.
Yeah, there's only one way, and that's that person's way. There's no seeing,
Yes.
oh, I see your side too. All right. I disagree with you, but, you know,
And I said, like, I think I'm fair. Like, I think I'm pretty set in my ways, but I've said that, like, liberals, we have a place for them. We have a need. I mean, liberals tend to be compassionate about needs and things. And like I say, even if you just look at Black Lives Matter, like, yes, there are things about, the Black community I'm empathetic to. And I think things need to change. I also think they have responsibility for their own culture, which I think a lot of people, even including my former pull the pin member, Mr. James, is sometimes lopsided on. It is. I don't think they understand. It's not because he sent a video. I thought it was neat, and there was a guy preaching about you know something that was, I guess, personal. But I don't cringe when I see Black people. Like I don't cringe. I don't hide my purse. I don't get worried when I see Black people.
you have a purse.
Well, you know what I mean.
Oh,
That was the example he used. Like I
oh,
don't get that. But when I see degenerate Black cultured people, I get my guard up because I understand what that leads to. I understand what that can bring. So, but that also applies with other kinds of
you can say that works.
colorful
That
people.
works for white folk too. There's some.
Exactly. So when I'm in a place where there's trash white people, I also am on my guard. So I think it's really unfair and very misleading to just assume because you're Black and people are concerned that it's because of your color. I think it's very misleading.
So you
Um,
think this January 6th SCOTUS thing is a good thing? That you're saying?
Way to bring me back, dude. But
All
my
right.
point was that this is a good thing because we have people in jail that have still been in jail over this, and yet we're releasing criminals that just now shot a police officer.
Right.
That
Yeah.
cop that just got killed and I think 3 injured. I don't remember where it's at. They're getting too many, but that guy was released from prison after being caught with a. Did you hear it? See what he was did? I didn't have the headlines, so I'm just gonna. He was caught like with a stolen car, and he had
Borrowed.
right, right, right. Of course, right, right. Well, he was detained then. He was yeah, because he wasn't caught, right? But and he also had a modified gun that made it automatic. It had some sort of modification on it that made it automatic, and they released this guy. But yet, a
What?
January 6th protester who didn't even have a gun was a threat to society that they got him in jail for this long.
We're trying to create all these gun rules, but
So,
letting this guy go with these
so
guns that are
right.
totally
So you
illegal.
see what I'm
Makes
saying? Like
sense.
he's not going to go back out and get another one, right? Which he did and ended up shooting a cop with. So that's why I say I disdain these people because it's not even hypocrisy. And I know we've talked about it, and I know I'm rambling, but maybe that's a good thing because I haven't talked in a while. It's not hypocrisy, it's hierarchy. It really is. It's a group of people who think they know everything and they know best for every one of us. It's those people. And you know what happens when that happens? You're going to get hurt. You're going to get hurt because at some point you're going to infringe on somebody's rights. You're going to go too far and you're going to get them hurt and they're going to look for their retribution. And that's not a promise or a threat. I'm just telling you that's how the world works. Keep thinking you're smarter than everybody. Keep thinking you can control everybody, and you're going to get hurt. So that's why I have disdain for these people. And I'm unfortunately, I'm not looking forward. Like I said, I'm anti-violence. I don't believe in violence. But unfortunately, things are going to get ugly. So maybe we should move to the next headline because I'm not even on topic. I don't
Do you
think
have disdain for this guy?
Who's that? White House? Oh, yeah, right. Oh, you're talking about OJ. White House gives public condolences to OJ Simpson's family, does not mention people he was accused of murdering.
Well, he's found not guilty in a court of law.
Right, but that doesn't dismiss the fact that two people were murdered in a tragic incident.
Sure.
Right.
So
So,
it had nothing to do with OJ according to the court of law.
yeah, right. We know that too. But again, another example of, hey, look at me, I'm right, you're wrong. I mean, this is blatant stuff. Like, how hard is it to say, condolence to OJ Simpson's family on his death? I mean, you don't even have to mention the other people, I don't think. In fairness.
Do they console every athlete that dies every year? No. So why pick and choose which ones you're doing it?
Correct. Even more of a better point than that. But this one, apparently, you get on some of these clown media shows, and apparently this one's a martyr. And there was a lady, I don't remember her name, but I mean, you just got to remember these people. Remember these people, because when your family gets hurt and you need to vent, remember these people who are doing this. But she literally said that O.J. Simpson was like revenge for black people over Rodney King. Was it Rodney King, the one beaten in the street with the cops?
In LA, yeah.
Yeah, that was like the revenge for Rodney King to see a black man get away with something. Like, so your principle is your race, not the violence.
You know,
What's
OJ
that?
Simpson's not a Jew.
He's not a Jew,
Yeah, you know who is? Hall of Famer Rod Carew.
dude. I don't even know where to go. With
You don't
that.
get the lyrics.
I don't know the lyrics, and I don't think they're.
It's an Adam Sandler song.
Oh my God.
Happy Hanukkah.
Well, that's a good segue. Get it?
Oh, okay. Go on. We'll move on.
All right. This is one that really ticks me off. And another example I'll show you. House Republicans kill FISA bill. Tell me what you think and know about this.
Not a clue. I don't know what FISA is.
You don't know what FISA is?
Nope. I know what Visa is, but not FISA.
FISA is that secret court system they set up that allows them to go get a spying thing on American citizens. Well, it's supposed to be on foreigners. It's what they used to spy on Trump.
Oh.
They used the FISA court. It was I think it was created back in the Bush era when they did the whole, 9/11 happened and they took over all the internal spying on all the citizens.
Okay, yeah.
It was one of the biggest mistakes by a Republican president. And back at the time, we all supported it because we thought we were going to be protected from all the terrorists inside the country.
And then they turn around and use it.
But they use it as a weapon against Americans, yes. And it's actually, like I said, Republicans alike, Democrats too, Republicans, same thing. They're part of your problem. But so the interesting thing about the renewal was after they've already abused it, already got caught abusing it, we already know they abused it. Here's the kicker that pissed me off again. And I even wrote my congressman because he voted for this. I wrote him and
he don't care what you say.
No, he didn't, because I didn't get a response yet either, but I almost cussed him out. Because here's the thing about the FISA bill. Now, yes, we can play both sides, and I do see a need for it if we have internal, threats inside the country that are terrorists, because now Biden let them all in. So, but if they're American citizens, you need to get a warrant, right? That should be simple. And you should be able to get a warrant, right? Because all you need is probable cause. Hey, we believe this guy's a threat to the world, whatever, unless you have imminent danger. And that is situational, right? But that's how it works. So there's nothing wrong with that. Getting a warrant, spying on an American citizen, right? You shouldn't need a secret bill. But do you know this? This bill has a carve out for Congress people. That doesn't surprise you, right?
Can't include them.
They must be notified if they're part of the subject. You, the American citizen, you don't need to be notified, but they must be notified. That in itself, Nate, let me tell you, that in itself tells you something is wrong with this bill. Because if you're excluded and the people you represent aren't, that's an automatic trigger for me. I don't know how you vote for this. That's the first thing that should have been pulled out. You are not exempt. We don't work for you. You work for us. And this is what I'm saying, people. You got to take notes, because anybody who hurts you, if you need legal retribution, you need to know who the people are that are hurting you. And I made sure my congressman knows that if this gets passed, he voted for it. He's not worried because he's safe from it, but I'm not. So if something happens to me, I know he's accountable for it because he voted for it to protect himself, but not me. And the fact that he knows he's protecting himself, he knows it's wrong. So
you just made yourself a target.
I've been a target. What the hell is the big deal, right? I've been a target, right? I'm sure I'm on a couple lists.
Well, anyways.
So that's why I might as well run for politics.
You file your taxes yet? Today's tax day.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Well, I file an extension. I don't make enough money to file taxes.
So what do you need an extension for then?
Well, just in case I do owe some money. Because you know what I mean? The tax people are always busy. You know what I mean? So you got to get in there and you know what I mean? But so, yeah. Anyways, I'll be filing mine. Yours is probably easy, right, though?
I filed mine, but I still ain't got paid yet, so.
Oh, well.
That must be reviewing mine.
Don't worry about it.
All the millions I'm getting back in my tax return.
There ain't no hurry to get your money. Believe me, if you owe them money, they'll be knocking on your door tomorrow.
They'll be right there. They'll send you a letter.
Just
like when you're in the military. Oh, you owe a debt? Give it to us now. Oh, we owe you something? All right, we'll get it processed as soon as we can.
It's going to be 3 to 9 months. 3 to 9 months. Oh, yeah, don't worry. I wasn't counting on that money. Oh, but you owe that money? Oh, we're going to take it out of your next paycheck. Don't worry.
Yep.
Do it all the time. But anyway, thanks again, Nate. Glad I made it through without a big coughing fit. We appreciate you as usual. Thank you all for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. Ryan, still looking at you, brother. Reach out. Actually, maybe you need to slow down because I lost the backup files for the website. But I'm going to find them. But reach out and like, share, subscribe. Send us all your money, whatever the hell I'm supposed to say. I don't know. We'll figure it out on the next one. Until then, Godspeed.
And pull the pin ready. Boom.
Thanks for joining us here at Pull the Pin Already. We hope you had as much fun as we did. If you like what we do, go ahead and hit that like button and share this video with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button so you don't miss out on any of our future episodes. But most importantly, leave a comment below. Let us know if you agree or disagree with our opinions. Hope to see you here next time on Pull the Pin Already.